Hey, if you're gonna put the owl in your video, get the right owl. Just got done watching the Nokia music video. You know, we went live for that. I thoroughly enjoyed that music video, thoroughly enjoyed the experience. So I'm here to give you my breakdown of some things that I noticed in the music video, things that I enjoyed, moments that caught my attention, and a few things that I probably may have changed or etc. or, thought were peculiar. Okay, first and foremost, we got to start with this. I don't give a damn, right? I know you guys, some of you are like, beef, I don't want the beef stuff. But if we're going to talk about visuals, if we're going to talk about symbolism, we're going to talk about getting things right, right? Remember in the previous video that had the streets going in the summer, they're not like us video, right? It is. All right. So that technically is not the right owl. I believe this is a barn owl, whereas the owl that Drake has in the music video that represents the OVO symbol and logo is a gray on owl. And if you're wondering, one is more of a predator than the other, right? Barn owl is usually known to be but you get the point, right? So you get 6 owls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Gray on owls on the cell phone tower because it is the Nokia music video. So you get the point, right? Get your owls right, get the symbolism right, get the 666 God, right? Right. Okay, cool. So that was the part that I like, right? Now, I do want to point out on this, even I went crazy on stream. A lot of us thought this was Pac's ring in Drake's, hand, but fingers. But I'm double checking. It doesn't seem like it's the same ring. So I just want to put that out there. Unless you guys know something I don't, it doesn't have the crown on it. I don't think I'm missing anything there, right? Now let's get more about the Nokia symbolism, right? Let's get away from the beef stuff. Now, if some of you guys know or don't know, because you're not an old fart like some of us, Nokia, when you start off the phone, it's got the hand, right? Somebody pointed this out on stream. And the reason somebody had to point this out on stream to me was because remember in the music video, I'm showing you the thumbnail here. Drake pieced somebody and made this sign. I said, oh, what kind of gang affiliation stuff is going on there? But they were like, nah, it's a nod to the Nokia startup, the reference. I said, oh, okay. Now it's making sense. Obviously, they're going to do it in a more tougher gangster way. So that was what that was about in the video, right? Another thing here, you get the Snake video game, that used to be on the old phones, the Nokias and things like that. Some people say double entendre, snakes all around Drake. Okay, all right, a little dramatic if you think it's that. I think Drake's just pointing out, again, sticking to the Nokia aesthetics, right? That's all that is. I mean, right. Shout out SGA popping up in the music video. They really pushing him out there right now. Potential NBA MVP. You know what I'm saying? Leading OKC to a great season. And dare I say, an answer to anyone else that wants to put basketball players in their video. But I said no beef talk. Now, one thing I want to give a lot of credit for in this video was the choreography. Somebody pointed out, I think either the dancers or the person that it was partnered up with the choreography helped Drake out here. Might have been the same person that did the Hotline Bling, like the lead dancer. I don't know if I'm getting that right or if I'm getting her name. I don't think I have a name here. Interns, please pull that up. Y'all been slacking today. Shout out to my interns. They did a great job. I'm messing with y'all. They did just a great job on a live, getting all this information to me as well. I have the greatest team. But the choreography was just really something that stood out for me. Shout out to Drake using the cell phones that our parents knew. They used to tell us, oh, you guys are so lucky you don't have to walk around with these brick phones. And then Drake also had a sidekick in the video. That was like my generation. Instead of, nowadays you don't have to, if you want to type something, you got a keyboard that's on the screen and you ain't got to use what they call that, a QWERTY, the QWERTY keyboard. But anyway, shout out to the choreography, shout out to the dancing, right? As you can see here, they really committed to getting a ton of dancers, different looks, different vibes. Shout out to a black woman, shout out to a woman of color, shout out to the different demographics that was in the video. Drake's good for that, right? Now, we did get roller skating, the diversity there. I could have probably I would have taken more of the roller skating at the beginning of the video with all the Nokia aesthetics, but I'm glad it showed up. It means that Drake listened. We spoke and he listened. You know what I'm saying? Now, another standout area here, obviously, is the Carnival, the Caravana effect. Shout out to Toronto. I keep saying I'm going to come back for Caravana. I've been before. What a great freaking time over there in TO. Save me a seat soon. But anyway, now here's the thing with the black and white. I'm okay with the black and white because Theo loves doing the black and white. However, I thought at a certain point on the switch up of the beat, we would get some color. In fact, maybe move the Carabana stuff or the kind of vowel stuff to where the color would have been. So I could see if some of you guys didn't like this. I'm not too fond of having to note that certain scenes would have been better for me in color. But speaking of options here, right? Some people were like, hey, maybe we might get other versions of the videos. Maybe because Theo, the director, posted this. So it looks like the Nokia video on IMAX would be coming to theaters. I'm not sure how they're going to do that. Maybe it's going to be coming as trailers. But now you see that IMAX effect. One of my other guys in Discord, Stevie, he's pushing back. He's like, did you get the IMAX effect? It's like, maybe you're being a little overly critical, but you might get that effect at the theaters, right? So it's not like people haven't shot IMAX music videos before. I don't think you were that critical, but I thought this was great quality. I thought it was simple but effective in much of the video, and then there was room for some symbolism here and there, right? Anyway, that's where we at. Solid music video. Hey, the bar is set high for a lot of you other rappers. Unfortunately, the big three keep pushing and pushing. They competing on the music videos now. Your turn.